Are you ready to roller jab?
Tonight, a roller derby legend's record is about to get broken.
It's unbelievable that Sean and Tim are even getting close to the magic number 91 for kills in a season.
Who will become the king of the kills?
This is obviously bigger than McGuire and Sosa.
The Enforcer's Big Nasty smells blood.
Tonight, the kill record is mine!
But the record holder's son, Quakes Sean Atkinson, wants to keep it in the family.
Big Nasty, you break the record over my dead body! Oh, daddy!
It's gonna get brutal. Plus, Enforcer Talisa Miller wants to bury the Bod Squad.
1, 2, 3. The Bod Squad must bleed. The Barbie doll babes must feel my pain.
But it's the Bod Squad's Stacy Blitch who claims to be on the modern-day witch hunt.
Hey, Talisa, I heard you put a spell on me. Well, tonight your spell's gonna be broken. Over your head.
It's the Enforcers clashing with the Quakes. Next on Roller Jam. Welcome to Orlando, Florida, and Roller Jam Arena. This is the World Skating League. This is Roller Jam. That scares me every time, but it's a good cue for the Jam Girls to come out and start a little dance. Tonight's matchup is like the Dodgers and Yankees, like Ali Frazier, the Lakers, and the Celtics. This is the Enforcers and the Quakes, the two heavyweights of the league, the New York Enforcers and the California Quakes. Hi, I'm Rory Marcus along with Lee Hawk Rearman. The theme of the show and the game tonight is kill, kill, kill. That doesn't sound very pleasant, does it? But you can explain it, Hawk.
Well, absolutely. Tonight here at Roller Jam Arena, it's the killing field. Look at the double King Kong by the Big Nasty, as we can even hear his motorcycle in the background as he goes after everybody in the World Skating League. And then on the other side, you have Sean Atkinson. Tonight, the record from 1969 for kills could be broken, and that record was set with the Philadelphia Warriors by no other than Buddy Atkinson Jr., Sean Atkinson's father.
You have to wonder how Sean Atkinson feels about chasing his dad's record, but on the women's side, of course, the New York Enforcers, Talisa Miller has been awfully tough, and Jamie Conamack's gotten under some people's skin with her gossip column. However, Stacy Blitz doesn't worry about the column. She doesn't worry about anything except athletic moves out there on the track and getting ready for tonight's game. The Quakes and the Enforcers ready to skate onto the track. Let's see them.
Hey, party time! Let's go!
The Big Nasty, Tim Washington, 6 short of the kills record of Buddy Atkinson, and brings his Harley onto the track. It's almost becoming passé. We've seen it so many times.
Well, it's killing me. Does he get one for that?
That one doesn't count. There's the Hellcat. She's had a few kills of her own lately. She gets those claws out, and man, she can jump off a windowsill on top of you. Oh, look. Leather Gunnin brought her love slave along tonight.
Well, yeah, we didn't see him here last time, Rory. I guess he didn't feel like her performance was as up to par, so she needed a little bit of reinforcement with her love slave here.
I'm telling you, he was handcuffed to the bedpost and forced to wait there for her to come back. Here come the rest of the Enforcers. Boy, they're tough, aren't they?
They're the new Sisters of Suffering. Some new faces, but the same old ugly when it comes to getting out there and inflicting punishment.
Now, what happens with the men is that Washington brings his Harley into the infield. The rest of the Enforcer men skate out, and then Mark D'Amato makes his grand entrance. Here he comes on his Harley. He likes to circle the crowd, see who's in there tonight. See if the people he left passes for were able to get through the metal detector.
And it won't be long. I guess all the enforcers are here. We're going to see the new manager, Spike.
Oh, I love Spike.
Oh, there she is.
Here comes Spike. It's a female, by the way, in case you were wondering.
I checked.
D'Amato gets off the bike. Spike gets into the infield. She's running this team, believe it or not. Oh, look, Mark gets a big hug. Isn't that sweet?
There must be some of that exhaust from that Harley affecting the crowd. I can't see that beautiful girl going after him without some kind of influence.
That's one of the people that he left a pass for, I think, and she's being taken out of here by security.
Actually, I left a pass for her, just my luck.
D'Amato just kind of shakes his head and says, all right, we'll wait for the Quakes to come out on the track. No big problem. Stacy Blitch will probably cartwheel all the way down that ramp. There she comes. Well, she's had some great games lately. Stacy Blitch trying to rev up the crowd on the Quake side. Jamie Conemath left the laptop at home for right now, and she's out on the track ready to go.
Well, chit-chat with Conemath, from what they tell us, is really be getting a lot of hits on the www.rollerjam.com. Of course, my computer won't work, Rory, because you stole my keyboard.
I needed it to check out Chatty Chat with Conemath. And here comes Sean Atkinson. Oh, Atkinson's bringing his nurse once again, Nurse Ophelia. I think that's a good idea. You never know when you might need a little medical attention in this game.
And a reminder, Sean Atkinson's got 81 of those kills going for his father's record, and Posse Shalane doesn't even bother with the uniform, Rory. Just nudes up right from the top.
He wants everybody to see he's been working on that body. And it's not hard to find that out. Just take a look at him. He's letting the crowd gaze. Surprised nobody's run out there and tried to hug him. What was she thinking to come out there and give D'Amato a hug and let Posse go by? Here come the rest of the Quakes. Broadway Danny Wolf is standing by in the infield with the Quake women. They're all Bod Squad members these days, Danny.
Well, you can't believe this. The Bod Squad lift their helmets up, and this must be the work of the Hellcat, Talisa Miller, with these voodoo dolls.
Whatever, Talisa. You know, your stuff doesn't scare me. We're mentally strong, and you will not overcome us.
But there's pins in them. Look at, there's little pins in them.
It's got ponytails. You guys, this is so uncool.
Back to you, Rory.
That's just what I was thinking. That was really uncool of the Hellcat to leave those dolls with pins in them. But she doesn't care about that. Not at all. Anything to intimidate. That's the Enforcer style. The game will be underway when we come back. Jam Arena, you can see that big number one. That means period number one about to get going. That means the game's about to start between the Enforcers and the Quakes. In the matchup on the women's side, the Hellcat for the Enforcers, Talisa Miller, casting spells, leaving voodoo dolls, pins in the dolls, cat eyes. I mean, what doesn't she have? She is tough.
Well, and on the other side, you've got Stacy Blitz. She says, I had a nickname before nicknames were cool. And she says, you know, this whole spell thing is so uncool, Hellcat. Well, she's going to have her chance here in the first period, Rory, to show the Hellcat who's boss.
Look what happened to the dolls. They're pinned on that little skirt down there. And we're ready to go. First period about to get underway. As soon as you hear the whistle, they'll break out of there and start the jam. And here they go. And Talisa Miller, by the way, right off the bat, going after one of the Bot Squad members. Cindy Zimmerman has not gone on with this jam. Talisa Miller said something to Cindy Zimmerman, and she just stopped and wouldn't skate. The jam goes on without Cindy Zimmerman. Stacy Blitch skates by and says, what are you doing? Why are you just standing there? And Blitch comes up to the back of the pack. The jam continuing on. Let's see if she can get any points. There you see Cindy Zimmerman up on top of your screen there. She took two down. Stacy Blitch did. But right now, effectively, it's 4-on-5. Leather Gunnin gets one. And another one. And then calls the jam off with the clock down to 12 seconds.
And Cindy Zimmerman hasn't moved, Rory. Some of her teams, and Ileana Bonilla and Stacy Blitch comes over to say, what are you doing, Cindy Zimmerman? I guess the Hellcat spell hasn't worn off of her yet.
She's in some kind of a trance, I think. Stacy Blitch, Jamie Conamack trying to get her back to her old self.
So here's what happened right at the top. The whistle hadn't even blown yet. You see the Hellcat on the top of your screen talking to Cindy Zimmerman, one of the bod squatters. Whispers something's in her ear, goes on her way, and Cindy Zimmerman didn't move, Rory.
She sure didn't, not 1 inch. She looked right into those eyes of the Hellcat, and that might have been what happened to her. Now the jam, the second jam of the first period. The Enforcer scored 4 on that first one. Jamie Conamack and Shauna Brown are out there together. And Conamack whacks her over the back of the head, but Shauna Brown, with those long, striding legs, keeps on going. Conamack comes up along the bottom of the track and hits her a little harder this time. That took her down. The Hellcat, Talisa Miller, keeping Conamack away. Zimmerman skating in this jam, but she's not doing much. Stacy Blitch turns around. Blitch with the back flip and the takedown of the Hellcat. Here she comes again.
Let's go.
Kicking her in the back. Only 1 point for the Quakes, but Stacy Blitch is happy about the aftermath.
Here's the Hellcat being occupied by Jamie Conamack, the buddy of Stacy Blitch, and Stacy Blitch with a lot of acrobatics and a lot of good result. Hellcat's down. What the heck? Timber, Hellcat down.
To see Sean Atkinson go out there and congratulate Stacy Blitch. Boy, there's the picture of sensibility, huh? Jamie Conamack out there again, and this time the Hellcat, Talisa Miller, goes out with Conamack. Lately, Jamie Conamack's been skating almost every jam. She's been jamming a lot for the Quakes. And chasing from behind is Stacy Blitch. Talisa Miller takes down Conamack, and now it's going to be the Hellcat against Blitch. This is the Hellcat's favorite weapon other than voodoo. She takes her helmet off and uses it as a weapon. What's the referee looking at? He didn't see that.
Maybe she cast a spell on him, Rory.
She's voluntarily taking her helmet off. These points shouldn't count if she gets them. She's coming up to the back of the pack where Conamack waits. Jamie, cute as always, completely misunderstanding of the situation with the dolls before the game. And now taken down, face first into the track by Talisa Miller. She shouldn't get a point, but they give her one anyway. You're right, maybe the referees are under her spell.
A lot of things are changing. You said Jamie Conamack is cute as always. Well, with bulldogs like that from the Hellcat, that face might get rearranged in a hurry. The Hellcat can do it with spirituality, I guess, to Cindy Zimmerman, and a little bit old-fashioned rear-end whooping to Jamie Conamack.
She's into black magic. Good thing she has on a black helmet, black eyeliner, black lipstick, and her heart's black also. 5-1. The Enforcers with that lead over the Quakes here, the final jam of the first period. Leather gunning for the Enforcers against Conamack again. She's bounced back. And speaking of bouncing back, there's Cindy Zimmerman out there on the jam. Remember the first jam, she just stood there up against the rail as though she were under some kind of voodoo spell. Zimmerman gets sent into the rail, though, by gunning. Conamack goes on with the jam for the Quakes. Conamack comes up to the back of the pack where the Hellcat's hanging out. Gunning comes from behind, and the Hellcat has a hold of Conamack, and she's going to dump her over the rail after a few shots to the midsection, and then turns her over the other way and continues on, kicks her off the track.
Wow, Jamie Conamack not afraid to mix it up with anybody, whether it's Janet Abraham, the Abrahammer, or Denise Loden, or the Hellcat. Well, nobody uses that rail like the Hellcat. She seems to just really gravitate toward that side of Roller Jam Arena, and for some reason she can get her opponents to go with her. There you see the ponytail, the face on the rail. Our camera guy, look out, buddy. Wow, Jamie Conamack just takes a whooping, but she keeps on ticking.
That was absolutely brutal. Speaking of brutal, that's what the Big Nasty's made a living being, brutal. He's with Broadway Danny Wolf.
Thank you, Rory. And a couple baseball seasons ago, the whole world was enthralled with the Sosa McGuire home run chase. That pales into comparison what we might see tonight. The magic number 91 for kills in a season, Buddy Atkinson Jr.'s record. You need 6, Big Nasty.
That's right, Wolf, and all I need is 6. You know what? I might even give him the first 2 jams, baby.
I tell you what, my father's record's not going to be broken by you. I'm going to break the record, and I'm going to break it by breaking your bones.
Back to you, Rory.
They're going to be after each other all night long. If anybody's going to break Buddy Atkinson's record, Sean wants it to be him. We'll be back with the start of the second period in just a minute. Roller Jam Arena 5-1, the Enforcers lead. And Big Tim Washington, he gave himself the nickname Big Nasty. He's after that kills record. He's a little bit closer to it than Sean Atkinson is. And with that look on his face, I think he's gotten about 10 of them from people just falling down.
He just gave us one right there from just looking at him. But Sean Atkinson, he's not only defending the Quakes, he's defending himself, and of course he's defending his father's honor and his record. 91 kills up for grabs, Rory.
I don't think Buddy Atkinson's very anxious to see anybody break that record, to be honest with you, even his own son. But if he had to pick one, of course it would be Sean. Jammers out on both sides right now for the Quakes and the Enforcers. Andy Wallace and Tony Santiago of the New York Enforcers out there, along with Eric Slopey and Brian Krebs of the Quakes. First jam of the second period, and it looks like Atkinson and Washington are setting up to get a couple of kills right now, especially Atkinson. Look out!
1, 2!
He got a couple right there. That gives him 83 now. The record's 91, and D'Amato! I don't know if he's going after a record, but he's happy with that play. He just took down
Washington
Krebs.
got one.
And the Big Nasty goes over and knocks down Eric Slopey. 3 Quakes points on the play, but these two guys are in a battle of their own. And almost in a fight of their own. Oh, that should get you a suspension right there, huh?
Let's go.
What about that? You can't push the referee down, can you?
I don't think it counts for the kill record.
You have to do it again.
Here you see 2 right out of the chute for Sean Atkinson with the Superman. Takes out 2, brings him up to a total of 83. And moments later, after an eliminator, one Quake, shame on me, the other Quake, shame on you. But then Tim Washington finishes it off with one of his own, Rory. It's 86 for Washington, 83 for Atkinson.
And it's a 5-4 score in the game. The Enforcers lead it. The second jam of the second period is underway. Well, we've got a good game going on here between these two teams that don't like each other one bit. Tom Smith for the California Quakes is out there. And he's against Tony Santiago of the Enforcers. The two of them come together on the track in this jam with Atkinson and Washington back there again. And they're both looking to go after that record one more time. Washington and Atkinson both doing a good job blocking. It looks like they might have almost an identical play here. At the same time, they both got one right there. Atkinson says, how about me? There's another one for me, but Washington got one as well. The Enforcers scored 1 point on the jam. And you know what's unfortunate, Hawk, is these guys are going after the kill record. What about the poor guys that have to get killed?
I was going to say, it's unfortunate for everybody in here who's not going for a record right now. Washington brings his total to 87. And he does it good old-fashioned brute strength as he tosses around a couple of the Quakes. And here's Atkinson with the back attack. He's got 84.
The record again,
Daddy.
we remind you, is 91. And right now, 87-84 on the record, with Washington ahead of Atkinson. 6-4 Enforcers, they're ahead of this game. And we're skating the third jam of the second period with Freddie Eichhorn and the Shalene Machine out there. Posse Shalene for the Quakes. This is the longest I've ever seen him with a shirt on. And he goes on with the jam. Shalene on those great skates as you see him go right by you. He can really motor around that track. He comes up to where Mark D'Amato is back there now. D'Amato trying to stop the Shalene Machine from going by. D'Amato glances behind him, and Atkinson grabs him by the arm, spins him around, and takes everybody down, allowing Shalene to get the points. We'll see what they got. We'll see what they got as far as kills and points. The crowd has their own mind made up. Look at Atkinson, he's still going. The Quakes have taken the lead in the game, 7-6.
We're checking with our official score. on the number of kills. Apparently they're giving him 3 kills, are they, for Sean Atkinson on this one, Rory? You see him go up and over. Takes out 3 of the 5 borough lineups. I think it was Staten Island, Queens, and maybe a Manhattan or 2. And he gets 3. It's 87 all for the kills.
They're tied for the record now at 87. The record's 91. One more jam in this second period. The Quakes lead the game 7-6. And Washington, who really wants that record, is now tied with Sean Atkinson. They both want it. And Washington has a Jammers helmet on. He goes out and immediately knocks down Tom Smith. The big nasty's jamming. Eric Slopey. What does he look little compared to Washington? But he jumped on his back and knocked the big bully down. And Atkinson collides with Washington and knocks him down again. And Sean's on his way, trying to pick up some points. There goes the yak attack. He just knocked himself in the head. That one doesn't count, Sean. You kill yourself, it doesn't matter. Atkinson motoring around that track. The pack has been laid to rest by Washington. Look out!
Oh, my goodness!
You talk about man-to-man, one-on-one brute force collision. They're both down. They didn't give him any points because he came down in the infield. Washington hasn't moved and Atkinson hasn't stopped writhing in pain.
Roy, this is the toughest stick I've ever seen in roller derby, roller jam history. Sean Atkinson and the big nasty head on, and you see the result.
Atkinson looks like he's in agony. He doesn't want anybody to touch him. And Washington hasn't moved. There, Washington got taken down right there, but later on, the big nasty, after getting belted by Atkinson, brought the whole pack down and just waited for the yak attack so he could get his revenge, and he got it, although he paid a price to get it. I'll bet you on that. It's 7-6. The Quakes lead it. We're at halftime. Stay with us.
This halftime report is brought to you by Starburst Hard Candy.
We are back at Roller Jam Arena in Orlando, Florida, and we are at halftime. 7-6, the Quakes lead the Enforcers. Rory Marcus along with Lee Hawkman. We've had action on both sides, the men and the women. The women got it started. We're getting used to seeing Stacy Blitch with those incredible gymnastic moves on the track, and today is no exception. Look at that black backflip, and then she takes down the jammer. What a play.
Well, you said black, and I think you're referring to black magic because the Hellcat came out of here and cast a spell on Cindy Zimmerman and left her standing there motionless, but a little bit later she says to Stacy, I don't need no magic, I just need my helmet in my hand to whack you over the head. But when we talk about the first half, we're talking about kill, 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 Rory.
You're not kidding. These guys, Washington and Atkinson, there they are colliding. They're going after the kill record. Sean got one there, but at the end of this jam, Washington was on his feet waiting for Atkinson, and bam, the collision between the two of those guys. That was something else. Atkinson had the wind knocked out of him, and Tim Washington wound up writhing in the infield. That was incredible.
And right now they're tied at 88, going for Buddy Atkinson Jr.'s record of 91.
Buddy Atkinson Jr., and wouldn't you believe it, he's here to see it. He's now, right now with Broadway Danny Wolf.
Thank you, Rory, and it's not every day I can stand next to a true living legend of the bank track. Buddy Atkinson Jr., welcome to the halftime show. You are the holder, 91. Big ovation from the crowd, that's great. He deserves it. What a great skater Buddy Atkinson Jr. was.
Whoa, Wolfie, let me explain something to you. These two gentlemen aren't going to break any record. As far as I'm concerned, and I'm be honest with you, and all the viewers, the count is all wrong. As far as I'm concerned, they kill on a jam 2 guys, and they count that as 2, and that's not the way we did it. We used to do it in the old days where you had a jam, if you ran 3 kills, you got a credit for 1 kill. As far as I'm concerned, my record's never going to go down. Never.
Well, the big nasty and your flesh and blood, Sean Atkinson, are the ones chasing it. I guess if you had to pick...
Whoa, wait a minute. Do you know how sick I am of hearing every 2-bit broken down roller derby has-been talk about the golden years? Well, you know what, buddy? It's over. It's over, okay? I'm sick of you, O'Connell, Scopus, Green, all of you.
Never heard of the last one.
Neither have I. But anyway, I'll tell you what. Washington is breaking that record tonight, and I'm going to make sure of it.
You and a whole load of whatever you bring in here couldn't break anything or help break anything.
Washington, you got that, old man?
Hey! Come on, guys.
Damn Object 92.
Sean Atkinson, he says, you don't push my dad when I'm in the house, baby.
Only I push my dad when I'm in the house.
And I checked that record book. There's no such name as Green. Washington and Atkinson are going after the kills record. Stay with us. We'll be right back. 7 Enforcer 6. Buddy Atkinson Jr. said, hey, you're not going after my record. We counted them differently in the old days. Be that as it may, we count them like this in the new day. And Jamie Conamack's out there with Leather gunning right now. Here in the third period, Stacy Blitch catching fast from behind and scoots right on by both of them. Stacy Blitch now leading this jam, and Conamack and Gunning almost an afterthought at the moment. Brooks Sunderman gets back there to block, and Sunderman holds up Stacy Blitch. Stacy trying to get around, get by. Their arms are locked together. They're working each other over. Same thing with Gunning and Conamack. And who's going to come out on top in this one?
Oh, no.
On bottom is more like it.
They both go down.
And the Hellcat's going to go down there and do some more damage to them. Gunning continues on with the jam and calls it off, but the Hellcat threw him over the rail and then jumped down after him. And they're still going at it. Lisa Miller, Stacy Blitch, Jamie Conamack. 3 skaters being separated by 2 referees.
And the Hellcat taking advantage of that far rail again, Rory. She loves it over there. Stacy Blitch, you'd think, would have learned, as with Jamie Conamack, but here Brooks Sunderman ties up Stacy Blitch, Malibu Stacy, and I think the Hellcat was almost surprised that Jamie Conamack had kind of got bottled up there with her. She said, heck, I'll take both of them over with me.
That's why Brooks Sunderman hooked arms with Stacy Blitch. They had that thing all worked out. And now Heather Gunning gets out there again with a couple of Bod Squad members of the California Quakes. Jamie Conamack, once again, she's out there just about every single time. And Stacy Blitch goes with her again. Blitch and Conamack would like to get the better of Gunning this time if they can. In a close game, low-scoring game. 9-7 Enforcers leading here in the third period. Gunning's in the middle of the 2 Bod Squatters. And she kind of sneaks ahead of them. Conamack comes up on her inside. Gunning goes on with her. And now the Hellcat sneaks back up there on the windowsill and kicks those claws out to knock down 2 more. Jamie Conamack might be hurt. She took a shot to the knee with that skate.
The Hellcat once again totally decimates the Bod Squatters, Rory. First it was Brooks Sunderman helping her out, then it was Leather Gunning. Now she's going for the voodoo dolls. The Hellcat's just got it going all over the place, and these spells might be working.
Well, the spells, or maybe that's what's working. Skates into the midsection, that works every time. Stacy Blitch is right there to ask Jamie if she's all right. And guess who's jamming right now? Jamie Conamack. Not only is she all right, she grabs the jammer's helmet again. Shauna Brown grabbed her pigtail but didn't pull her down. And Conamack grabs Shauna Brown's hair, but she stays up. Gunning's chasing from behind. You see her there. Coming up on this jam with the score tied up at 9 here in the third period. Conamack finally knocked Shauna Brown out of the jam and didn't grab her hair to do it. Gunning, leather. She's trailing this jam. She's all dressed in leather as always. She brought her love slave out here tonight, which was pleasant to see him again. Didn't have much of a conversation with him, and now he's gone back to wash Gunning's car. Stacy Blitch takes down leather. Uh-oh. Oh, man, that one landed square, didn't it? She even hesitated for a minute to get good momentum down on leather.
That handstand is really becoming a standard part of her repertoire. Stacy Blitch having words with the Hellcat. Whatever spell the Hellcat had on the Bod Squad the first couple of jams is worn off. Just ask Leather Gunning.
One thing about Stacy Blitch, she does not get intimidated by voodoo, by the Hellcat, by leather, and this is proof of it right here.
Well, she starts out with the back attack, then a little handstand, little Greg Louganis. And then she does a little dance. Her and Jamie Conamack, whatever you want to say about it being flash and showy, whatever, they just bounce back and bring it to you jam after jam.
12-9, the Enforcers lead the Quakes. Two jammers for both sides out there. Leather Gunnan and Jamie Conamack are the two that are still standing now after Shauna Brown and Cindy Zimmerman went down. But Conamack took care of Gunnan. 12-9, Enforcers by 3. The final jam of the women's period right here. And then Washington and Atkinson will be back out there going for that all-time kill record held by Buddy Atkinson Jr. Leather Gunnan just lost half the top. The crowd enjoyed that, believe me. She had to duck out of that jam so she could stay clothed, at least as clothed as she is. Meanwhile, points are being scored by the Bob Squad, and I mean a whole bunch of them. That's going to go right into the gossip column. Chatty chat with Conamack, how not to lose your top during a game.
And the Hellcat is furious. She's going right after Conamack, either for the chat, for the points, or for whatever else she can think of.
Usually a cat's going to get their prey. This time Conamack got away. Stacey Blitz comes over.
I don't care about anything about you. You're nasty. Yeah, whatever you do.
There they go. Even with the referees right there, they got some shots in. Conamack's over there. Cindy Zimmerman joins in.
The Hellcat better have more than incantations when the whole Bob Squad's after her, Rory, because she brought a knife to a gunfight if that's the case. And speaking of knife to a gunfight, we got all holsters all over the place on gun, and she almost lost one.
Atkinson and the Big Nasty coming up. Don't go away. As we go into this fourth period with Atkinson and Tim Washington tied for the all-time kill record. They both have 88. The record's 91. I wish I could get word to them that if they get Broadway Danny Wolf, it counts as one.
No, it doesn't. 88, 3 to tie, 4 to break the record. What's the plan, Big Nasty?
The plan is just to get nasty. Because Atkinson, you are not gonna beat me tonight. I can guarantee you that. Tell you what, Big Tim Washington, you're a Snickers bar, brother, but without any nuts. Oh, Daddy!
Back to you, Rory.
All right, thanks a lot, Broadway. Atkinson and Washington have 4 jams to break it or not break it. And in the meantime, maybe try and win this game, huh?
Yeah, a little preoccupation with the game we're trying to hold here, huh? It's all about them, isn't it?
Tony Santiago and Andy Wallace get out there for the Enforcers. Oh, my, that was a nice takedown by Eric Slopey. He's on the jam with Tom Smith for the Quakes. The Quakes have a 2-point lead as we go into the final period.
Slopey might be challenging that record right now, Rory. He's got 2 kills. He's up to 6 for the year. He's only got about 85 left to go.
I don't expect him to get the kill record, but he contributes in other ways. He has a lot of speed. And D'Amato, there's somebody that might get it someday. He wants to get 2 of them right now. No, he's going to give 2 to Washington.
Man.
Washington takes down Slopey. Still standing, at least for the moment, Tom Smith. There's 2 for the Big Nasty. That gives him a total of 90. Buddy Atkinson Jr.'s record is 91.
And he wants as bad, does Big Nasty. One of the things that this guy defines himself by is power. Lord knows he doesn't score a whole bunch of points as a jammer, even though we have a lot of fun watching him. But he wants this record. He wants it bad, not only to get the kills, but to put some punishment and, of course, to embarrass the whole Atkinson family, Rory.
I've thought a lot of things about Tim Washington, but Snickers bar is not one of them. I don't know where Sean came up with that. The score is 14-12. There you see the kill totals. Atkinson needs a couple to draw even with Washington. And they both need 1 or 3 to draw even with Buddy Atkinson Jr., Sean's father, who is here tonight, as you know. Andy Wallace is knocked down by Brian Krebs. Krebs will go on with the jam if he can get on the skates, which he does. Now, here's D'Amato and Washington. Maybe D'Amato will peel away and let Washington get that kills record. No, wait a minute. Atkinson's going to get 2 at one time. And those 2 really count because that was was the Big Nasty and Mark D'Amato that Atkinson took down. The rail doesn't count. 90-90, Hawk.
And these guys are like a prize fight. Rory going after the opponent. Atkinson with 2, Washington with 2, Atkinson with 2, Washington with 2, and these two were especially sweet for Sean Atkinson. It's a modified screamer.
Uh-oh, look out. Look at them in the infield. They're after each other. The benches are being thrown. The penalty box is being ripped apart. Washington and Atkinson tied one under the kill record of Buddy Atkinson Jr.
Break your record. Keep it up. You won't break your record. Yeah, I didn't think so. Have a seat on the can.
Have a seat on the can.
Yeah, don't give me any ideas, Corbin. They'll start breaking that can, too.
Stay 4-on-4. I got a 1-jam penalty each way on sportsmanlike.
Oh, they're both out for this jam. They're one shy of the record, and they don't get to escape the next to last jam of the game. Atkinson and the Big Nasty have to wait it out in the penalty box. Wow, 16-12, the Quakes lead, but Fred Eichhorn's trying to do something about that for the Enforcers. And the Quakes still have the Shalene machine out there. Don't forget about that. Posse Shalene back there to block against Eichhorn. Freddie comes up and Posse says, how do you do? I'm from Finland. How does that feel? Posse's keeping Eichhorn out of there. D'Amato is set up though to take the Shalene machine to the cleaners. Eichhorn slides through and gets the points and calls the jam off.
I got 4 black.
I don't care how you're built, that hurts. The game is tied at 16 with 1 jam to go, and Atkinson and Washington are going back on the track.
Well, there was a whole lot of room out there, Rory, without Atkinson and Washington on the track. And D'Amato, we talk about the cagey veteran, the king. We talk about Ray Robles. We talk about a lot of the old-timers, Buddy Atkinson. There's nobody who takes advantage of real estate like Mark D'Amato. And here we go, Rory, right on the line.
1 jam to go. The game is tied. The record for all-time kills, they're tied at 91 below Atkinson Jr. And can you believe it? We're going to decide the game and maybe the all-time record all in 1 jam. The Enforcers and the Quakes all tied up. Andy Wallace jamming for the New York Enforcers, and that's Tom Smith for the California Quakes, and Washington's in the back of the pack, and so's Atkinson. Let's see if they can get 1 or 2 for the all-time record. Atkinson and the Big Nasty both working over the jammers. Now they turn to face him. I think they're both going to get 1 right here. Atkinson, back attack, and Washington, back breaker. Wow! They both get a kill, no points are scored. They both have 91 kills, tying the all-time record, and the game is still tied. Now what? Atkinson is listening to the referee. Washington is 2. The game is tied up.
It's a tie game. Each one got 1. When you drop the pass, you get the point. Same for him. 1 point each way. Tie game.
Both teams got 1 point. Both men got 1 kill. We're going to take a timeout and find out how to resolve this thing. We're tied at 17. Atkinson and the Big Nasty are tied at 91. Don't go anywhere. We're coming right back. Here we are back at Roller Jam Arena. The game is tied at 17. The record for all-time kills, Atkinson and the Big Nasty Washington are tied at 91. We have figured out a way to settle not only the winner of the game, but who makes the all-time kills record. Atkinson right now is talking it over with the fans. He'd like to know what they think about this, whether or not they're rooting for him or Washington. He's kind of pleading his case and saying, aren't I the guy that should legitimately break my own father's record? Well, Broadway Danny Wolf, you've got more information for us.
Well, there's a lot of confusion down here, guys. The game ended up in a tie, 17-17, but more importantly, they tied the record for kills at 91-91. Sean, what's the solution? It's a tie. The record.
Well, I'm like an old-fashioned kind of guy. I think every man deserves a chance. And I come back from the old school roller derby. They used to have a race called the Colossal Collision Race. We go in opposite directions. We make impact. Again, go in opposite directions. When the man can no longer stand, the other one is the winner.
Oh my, super colossal collision, Rory and Hawk.
Oh man,
That sounds
can you
ugly.
imagine the collision between these two guys, Atkinson and Washington? Whoever cannot get up loses. If you get up, you win, and they're going full speed, I'm telling you, on a collision course. Look out!
Oh no!
That's like two semi-trucks running into each other on the interstate, and they're both still skating. Atkinson and Washington. Tim's gone into the infield. So has Atkinson. They have benches. Both of them. Anything goes here. Here they go.
Boy, this is not fun to watch. Put the kids away, people. Put them to bed.
Did you hear that impact? Atkinson's slow to get up. If he doesn't get up, he loses. There's the light bulb over the head by the big nasty. Sean has not gotten up yet, and now he does. Washington thinks it's over, I think. But Atkinson's still standing, and look out for
No, Big Nasty, watch it!
Now the big nasty. We'll see if he can get up. Atkinson going after his father's kill record. And Washington as well. Look out again. What a tackle by Washington. The bench didn't do Sean any good that time.
Rory, I don't know what's holding these guys up.
They want that record, and they want it badly. Atkinson's up again. He has the bench in his hand. Washington saying, come on. Whoever wins this particular collision course race is going to have the all-time kills record. And where the hell are they going?
I don't know. Where the hell are they going? Can we get somebody out there?
Atkinson's after Washington. They're out of the arena, I think. They went down that ramp. Washington and Atkinson still it's last man standing, whether it's inside or outside. Atkinson saying, where is he?
You son of a
There he
bitch!
is, and he's after him. I don't know what the big nasty has in mind. This isn't hide and go seek. Look at that. Did you see that?
That was the love slave of leather garnet.
I think he ran over Sean Atkinson, the guy in the black hood. We don't even know who he is inside that thing. He ran over Atkinson. Washington's going to go back to the track and say, here I am. I'm still standing. I'm the winner.
Well,
and
according to the rules, he'll be right.
Atkinson is laid out on the pavement. Broadway Danny Wolf sees Washington. Talk to him, Broadway.
Tim, what happened out there? What happened?
You know what, Danny? My mama's always told me, look Bob Brady before you cross the street, and he didn't look.
I guess this is the record.
I got the record. It's mine.
Back to you, Rory and Hawk.
My. The New York Enforcers, Tim Washington. I guess he does get the kills record. He's still standing. Sean Atkinson's laid out on the pavement out there, run over by the love slave. Apparently, the guy in the black hood ran him over with an SUV. What a way to lose a record and not break your own father's record and let Tim Washington break it.
And not only that, Rory, but we had a game here won by the Enforcers too, lest we forget.
That's exactly right. They get the point, and they win the game 18-17. And Atkinson, as he skated through the parking lot with a bench in his hands, turned that corner and got hit by that. I'd like to know who the heck that is underneath that thing, because he just denied Sean Atkinson a chance to break his father's record. Atkinson loses it. Washington's number one now. You're right, Big Nasty, you're number one. Enforcers win the game. I'm glad you were with us to witness it. Thanks very much for joining us. We'll see you next time on Roller Jam.